How does it like to fall in love with a patient at a mental hospital? To satisfy this kind of curiosity, let's watch the video this time. Adri is a successful journalist for an entertainment magazine. One of his articles is about how to win a girl's heart within one night. He finds a target to show his friend how good he is. He turns around and sees a beautiful girl, Carla. She says she is lonely tonight and wants to spend a one-night stand with a stranger. Is this real? Let's go. They go to a hotel where they crash a wedding reception. Two wants to pretend as their guests to attend the wedding. Walking inside, so great, all of the guests are black. They go inside, extraordinarily dazzling. Hello everyone, I am a cousin of the bride. Cousin. After that, she suddenly stands up. I want to say something. If you love someone, love with all your heart. Happy forever. She gets great applause for the speech. One is crazier and crazier about this girl. After that, they arrive at their room. You can find the original movie to see what they do next. After the night, two rides the motorbike and disappears from one's life. She doesn't know that one is unable to forget this one-night stand. Recently, one has some issues at work. The new coming editor has no media mindset and has no outstanding article. Everyone needs to brainstorm. One's co-worker suggests the topic, how to know someone has a crush on you. It is good, but not great. One suggests, a professor of Michigan University finds a simple way to know if someone has a crush on you. The answer makes everyone surprised. Wow, people working in media all over the world have the same nature. Their boss agrees with one's suggestion and lets him draft an article. However, one doesn't want to write, he always thinks of two. He searches her name on all social apps. However, he can't find her anywhere. Luckily, one of his friends finds a coat that two left behind. There is a prescription inside. There is the name of a hospital on it. This place is quite expensive, right? He goes there to find her. It turns out this place is a mental hospital. Oh, is she a nurse here? You tell me. One turns around and finds two sitting in the wheelchair. There is she. It is her. Get out. Mind your manner. People come here for treatment. Our patients are people with a mental issue. Good idea. After that one finds a wheelchair psychiatrist. How can I become that hospital's patient? I have the mental issue as well. Is this something normal people say? It is possible, however, you have to pay €1,000, it is not expensive. It can save your life sometimes if you have a mental issue. That day, one manages to get into the mental hospital. Depression, mania, antisocial personality, anxiety. You should have come here sooner. However, this hospital is very expensive, with $2,000 per day exclude meals. Is it possible to give me some discount? No, that is how one officially becomes a mental patient. The mental hospital is not as scary as what people say. All of the patients here, except for some mental issues, are good people. One's roommate is an anxious split personality patient. He is the most suitable with one. Take care of each other. Following Saul's instruction, one finds two painting a picture. He approaches and covers her eyes. Guess who I am? We had a great night together. Oh wow, two is excited. Tony, Michael, Andy, who is that? One is disappointed. Why there are so many people? Finally, two recalls who one is. We just had a one-night stand. Why are you here? Are you crazy? That's right. Or else how can I get in here? Two asks him to leave immediately. Am I not handsome enough for you? Okay, so I leave. One grabs his luggage and is about to leave. Where are you going? I come back home. Now this hospital is your house. I am a normal person. You are joking. Everyone here says they are all normal people. Here is the problem. If you are sent to a mental hospital, how to prove that you are completely healthy? I made up the medical record.
¿Cuántas veces nos lo habrán dicho?
One finds the director and claims that he is a journalist. My admittance is only for an article, you can call my co-worker to check. The director makes a call, it is one's competitor. 1. I don't know him, you see, just stay here for treatment. There is no normal person coming to a mental hospital to find their crush. Too bad, I have to find a way. One is back in his room, he wants to jump from the 3rd floor. Saul says the success rate is not high. However, a patient tried to jump before. He broke both of his legs but crawls back home anyway. He is our legend. One gives up, there is no way for him to go home now. But if he can't write his article, he can be expelled. One calls his friend to come. You write, after that, I will help to send to your company. What one tells her is the daily routine of the patient in a mental hospital. A peaceful but also stressful life begins. Except for writing the article, one has to take medicine every day. After that, he talks to other patients as a part of treatment. He has to do whatever he doesn't want to do before. Saul advises one to be friendly with other patients. This hospital has a system of peer evaluations. What? A mental patient can adjust if the other is healthy. Yes, peer evaluations play a role in one's release, one only can try his best. Luckily, there is nothing abnormal among patients here. They have some small group activities, playing cards and smoking. The card bet is their medicine. The more you win, the sooner you get well. As a normal person, one's attitude toward the issue of patients here is both optimism and indifference. Moreover, as a successful journalist for an entertainment magazine, he totally can survive. One says he will help other patients with their issues. However, they have to give him good evaluations. If unsuccessful, he will give them all of his medicine. Let's do it. There is a mission coming. Saul asks one to pretend to be a doctor to see his daughter. Because of his mental issue, he and his ex-wife divorced. He doesn't want his daughter to know that he is a mental patient. So he has to use this way to meet her. They only have 10 minutes each time. It is not because the hospital doesn't allow it, it is because his ex-wife's husband does not want to. As for 2, she has parents who love her but don't know how to love. This kind of love turns into pressure which makes 2 suffocate. 1 again pretends to be a doctor, bails her out of the visit from her parents. Adri also encourages a patient with Tourette's named Martha to confess her love with her crush, Victor. People with Tourette's can control spasms and sometimes will say some nonsense things. Normally, Tourette's patient doesn't need to stay in the mental hospital. She chooses to stay in this hospital to avoid being laughed at by others. With the encouragement of 1, Martha finally finds her love with Victor. 2 can see the effort of 1. His chicken soup seems to have a good effect on the patients here. She asks him out and talks. 1 tells 2, the will to recover is better than any medication. So she has to think about it wisely if she wants to get better. You should be in this mental hospital for good. That day, there are some issues with Saul. His ex-wife's husband does not want his daughter to visit anymore. That night, Adri realizes that he has jumped off the 3rd floor. He enlists the help of Carla to find him. The 2 discover Saul hysterical and injured. He is on the way to take his daughter. Carla manages to calm him down. I know you want to be free. But we have to understand, when we awaken, we can face the truth that our life has been ruined. But I am so panicked. Don't be afraid, we can release your stress. For example, let's break your ex-wife's husband's car. That's all, look and learn. Adri scratches on the car body, breaks the rear view mirror. 2 breaks the windshield with a brick. Satisfied, satisfied, but as I remember, he doesn't have a car. That night, they return to the hospital quietly. The door is open, 1 has the chance to leave this place. However, looking at 1's eyes, he gives up this chance. That night, 2 takes 1 to the roof and they wait for the sunrise. They are more and more bonding together. The 2 start dating and back to their room. I'm still here, can you keep silence? They are happy together. The life of a mental patient is even better than mine. One night, it is about to rain. Adri finds Carla behaving erratically on the ledge of the roof. She says she sees the ocean over the mountain, very beautiful. 1 thinks it is 2's mental issue. He manages to safely pull her down. Her head crushes on the wall. When she wakes up on her bed, 2 is upset with 1 because he doesn't trust her. It is also because 1 confesses to the staff that 2 is off her medication. This leads 2 to receive treatment again. Adri's article is published. The article shows his negative depictions of mental health. Everyone starts to despise him, no one agrees to play cards with him. The hospital director, now realizing that Adri was telling the truth. You are an actual journalist. Yes, I am a writer of sensational headlines. Before 1 leaves, the director tells him the institution helps people learn how to live with their disorders. It is much better than his chicken soup or hypocrisy. The most difficult part of psychotherapy is that everyone is expecting the mental patients to act like normal people. However, if you think the patients here are crazy and need to be fixed, you will never be able to help them to get better. 1 goes to see his roommate. Saul's ex brings his daughter to visit again. They tell the truth to the small girl. She doesn't understand what is schizophrenic, just knows that his head hurts. She puts a band-aid on his forehead. Get well soon. This scene is healing. After returning to work, Adri writes an article about his time at the hospital. He explains that at first, he enters the mental hospital to rescue a girl. It is so funny, that girl doesn't need you to rescue her. Finally, I know why I can't be with her. I am constrained. I will silently love Carla all my life. All of the patients read this article. What is can't be with her? Unacceptable. Carla convinces Martha, Victor, Tina, and Saul to help her break out and find Adri to confront him. At this moment, thanks to the investigation of the mental hospital and his love story, 1 has written many brilliant articles. The director plans to have many more successful articles. For example, racial conflict, intensification of men and women, the gap between rich and poor. In general, the readers love those controversial subjects the most. They are willing to pay money to read this kind of article. You see, many people have the mental issue because of these subjects. 2 arrives at 1's company to meet him. The most important question, why do you say that we can't be together? You ask me to leave you alone. I am a crazy girl. Why are you so mean? Moreover, don't you know what you need? You have to wait for me to come here, right? You don't need me to rescue you. I also don't need you to save me. Adri finally understands. He tells her, let's get married. After that, they have a happy time together. After a spontaneous night together, Adri drops Carla back at the hospital. Her treatment needs to be continued. They will wait until 2 can accept herself. She, later, will become a part of 1's life. All of us need someone who deeply understands ourselves. So better understand yourself first. There are many people crazy because of the pressure from ourselves. Life is hard, but we still need to be happy. Because we have no way to turn verbal abuse, misunderstanding, constraining into something we can talk about freely. Is it better to set it free? Before the video ends. I love this movie so much. Because I hope the world can be gentle and flexible. It can help to be up when you are down. Don't keep yourself under the pressure from others. Who becomes a millionaire? Who gets enrolled into a famous university? Who is very popular? What is the matter? Everything will be okay if you take action. Don't just think without action. Before, I used to say that what makes people progress is positive encouragement, not the pressure from society. Let's get ready to be happy.